The general election is just days away, or may already have happened by the time you're watching this, but the conversation will go on. Is Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party right to tell us that we can have everything for free, and that everything not nailed down should be nationalised, and that £1 trillion of spending won't mean higher taxes for you personally? And why is borrowing a mountain of extra debt and increasing the burden on future generations to selfishly pay for free stuff today suddenly okay, while greed at the expense of future generations is rightly called out by the left when it comes to climate change issues? Passing on greenhouse gases is wrong, but passing on debt isn't.
We know that Mr Corbyn is well-meaning and wants to help the poor, yet policies can be well-meaning and still be incompetently delivered. Something doesn't add up when we hear that broadband, dental care, education and double glazing will be free for all citizens. There'll be a 4-day week while being paid the same as 5 days, and there'll be a basic income for everyone, whether you are a couch potato or a billionaire. All without raising taxes, except on the rich. This is going to cost billions, and some say trillions of pounds, and we don't get it for free already because it's not really free.
Is it right that value adders, entrepreneurs and business leaders, the jobs creators, should be taxed until it hurts to pay for these handouts, punished for the crime of being more successful than the majority of people who have not contributed as much to the market?
Today, we're ripping apart the magic money tree economics of Mr Corbyn and his self-avowed Marxist Chancellor, John McDonnell, arguing that their ideas will punish success and aspiration of our generation, but will also destroy the futures of the children who will come after us, who will have to pick up the tab in the next Great Recession. Let's check it out.
Welcome to MoneyUnshackled.com, the investment and finance channel that sets you and your finances free. This is Andy, I'm Ben, and if you like what we have to say, hit the like button and click subscribe.
And be sure to check out the offers page on MoneyUnshackled.com, where we are proud to bring you cashback offers, including this one from RateSetter, a top-rated peer-to-peer lending platform with advertised returns of 4%. You get a £100 cash bonus when you open a new account and invest £1,000 for a year. Now let's get into the video.
We all want the same goal. Capitalists, which includes us, and communist socialists like Mr Corbyn want the same goal. Freedom for everyone from the toil of work. Part-time hours is the norm. More money and less bosses. But, crucially, we have opposite approaches. Capitalists approach the pursuit of freedom from the direction of value creation, adding value to the economy and creating new wealth in return for reward. What we would call the hard way around. Meanwhile, Corbynites want to take wealth from people that already have it, rather than creating new wealth, and spend wealthy people's money on nice things. The easy way around.
The capitalist mindset grows the economy and rewards those who contribute. Yet Corbyn's communist socialist approach takes reward from those who do create and spreads it thinly amongst those who don't contribute as much. In this way, everyone becomes equally poor.
Rewarded for giving back. The reward of financial freedom for entrepreneurs and creators is achieved through the market economy, where good products can be sold by their companies, making them a lot of money, which creates jobs for the workers and profits to reinvest in new products which we all enjoy to use.
Look at Google. Lefties hate big technology companies like Google because they are rich and don't pay much tax. But look what Google has done for the world in terms of fantastic products and jobs creation. Tech wars. Labour's tech policy for the 2019 general election is to heavily tax technology companies to help fund the delivery of broadband for everyone.
Taking away money from successful value adders that could be used to develop new products in order to give free stuff to everyone, including the scroungers who add nothing to society. This policy suggests two things. One, that Mr Corbyn thinks that he can invest in technology using Google's profits better than Google can themselves, and two, that people deserve free stuff at the expense of limiting technological advance.
Why does some lazy couch potato who contributes nothing to society deserve free broadband paid for by companies who bring joy and happiness and knowledge to billions of people around the world with their ingenious inventions? We say, encourage the tech companies to grow and prosper and pay for your own damn broadband.
If left to grow unhindered, the likes of Google and Apple might have used that money to invent the next internet and make broadband obsolete. By the time Labour had finished spending all the technology companies' money on rolling out broadband cables to every home in the country.
Some people are even questioning the longevity of fibre broadband with 5G already here, and who knows if it will even be needed with advances in maybe 6G, 7G or even 8G.
We like to compare this policy to if Mr Corbyn had been around at the dawn of MP3s and crippled all the British tech companies with a tax to give every home a free tape cassette player. Governments don't know how to spend money on technology better than the tech companies do.
Companies are people too. Do you work for a company? Companies are not evil overlords. Companies are countless thousands of workers like you who give up their daylight hours to develop entertaining or useful products and services that the world needs.
Collectively, these workers make profits in the name of a piece of paper called a company, and these profits allow the workers to keep their jobs, get annual pay rises and bonuses, and to give something back to the shareholders, who are usually poor pensioners relying on dividends from shares to pay their pension in retirement.
Corbynomics sees companies and profits differently, as inherently evil, which if they cannot be destroyed, must be mercilessly taxed instead. Of course, taxing a company means taxing people. You take money away from a company and the result is that normal workers like this are denied their pay rises or worse, are made redundant. Out of necessity, new projects which are needed to grow get scrapped and the workforce gets cut down to find the cash to pay the new taxes.
Corporation tax set to skyrocket. So one way that Labour would pay for all of these free giveaways is to massively increase corporation tax on companies from 19% to 26%. But who will really be paying this massive tax rise? Not just rich people, but also the middle classes and the very poorest via pay freezes, bonuses being dropped and redundancies.
Borrowing from our kids. The other way, of course, is to borrow, and by borrow we mean on an industrial scale. Mr Corbyn has no worries about taking on massive amounts of new debt to pay for these freebies in a country that is already up to his neck in debt. It would be like if you were struggling to pay off 3 credit cards and then suddenly decided to max out 10 more. Financial madness.
It's more than that though, it's just plain selfish. The debt that you're taking out now to pay for all these freebies will not be paid for by our generation, but by the children and the next generation that comes after us, because the interest that grows on that debt will become the future's problem.
A climate comparison. The youth of today are very thoughtful when it comes to climate change. A problem that could cause huge problems for the generations of the future, but which can be fixed now with responsible policies. And yet, when it comes to the national debt, many are happy to succumb to selfish greed today by letting a Corbyn-led government borrow a shed load of money to pay for free stuff for every citizen, requiring a mountain of debt that will cripple the next generation financially.
When a government borrows, they are borrowing from the future. The only place that money comes from in the end is by taxing people, and future generations, including little kids that are around today, will end up picking up the tab for all of our debt in the future when their time comes.
But we really want some free stuff. The problem with Corbynomics is that it falsely claims that things can be free. The truth is that taxes on companies hurt the poorest, and borrowing from the future hurts our children and those that come after us. Nobody deserves free stuff. Stuff is earned by contributing to society and helping to grow the economy with your efforts, ideas and innovations.
Question of the day. Who are you voting for at the general election? Let us know who and why in the comments below.
Thanks for watching! On this channel we talk a lot about personal finance, investing and all things money. And if you want to see more great content, please click the subscribe button below.
This is moneyunshackled.com. See you next time.